There are few foods that I used to eat all the time because they were labeled and marketed as healthy. But once I started learning more and I went to 2 nutrition schools and really learned about chronic inflammation and how it was showing up in my body, I realized these everyday foods that were actually making things worse. Today, I'm sharing my 3 so-called healthy foods I stopped eating and what I choose instead. Because these foods and changing my food helped me feel better and reduce the inflammation in my body. And guess what? I didn't have to diet or have massive restrictions to find the success in the things that I'm about to share with you. So years ago, this thing came onto the market called yogurt, and it became very popular very quickly with a very popular brand that did a ton of marketing. And now this brand is actually the #1 sponsor for a very large nonprofit organization. Anyway, this yogurt has now expanded and this market is massive. If you go to the grocery store and look at the yogurt section, it takes up an entire wall. One time I counted over 20 brands. There's big money in the yogurt business. And every time they kind of get dull with a marketing gimmick, they come out with something new. You know, for a while it was the whole, it's a great source of probiotics. And then for a while it's a great source of protein. They chase the trends. So then they come out with all these marketing gimmicks on the front of the yogurts to have you grabbing them thinking that they're healthy. And you think they're healthy for many reasons. Think protein, think calcium, think probiotics, right? Those are the 3 big ones. But the reality is most yogurts are inundated with added sugars, artificial flavors, thickeners, gums, and even food dyes. Pasteurized dairy, especially the low-fat and flavored ones, can trigger inflammation. So what to do instead? I would love for you to look for unsweetened, full-fat, dairy-free yogurts. My favorite brand is Cocoa June. I love Cocoa June. It is a coconut milk-based yogurt. And then what I do, I buy the plain. Not only do I eat it by itself, I will add raw honey or a little maple syrup to it to add a little sweetness, and then top it with fruit or crushed up nuts and seeds to make my own yogurt where I control the sugar amount. And there's no dyes in it. I also use my unflavored, unsweetened Cocoa June yogurt for many other things in the kitchen. I replace it sour cream with it. I make sauces creamy with it, dressings. So it's a lot more than just a breakfast food. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Shelley. I'm a certified nutrition chef that teaches you how to eat and cook a little bit healthier with inflammation in mind. My goal is to help you reduce the inflammation in your body through the foods that you're eating. Okay, back to the lesson. Now, the #2 product or food that I always thought was healthy until I realized and studied about inflammation are products that promote whole wheat. Whole wheat sounds healthier. And probably a decade ago, I thought I was doing really well, probably 15 years ago, I thought I was doing really well by buying whole wheat versus white things. What I didn't realize is wheat, it has gluten and it is causing inflammation and gut issues in my body. But when you see whole wheat, it doesn't guarantee the fiber or the nutrients that you think it does. Many whole wheat products, I want you to think bread, pastas, crackers, they still spike your blood sugar and contain preservatives. They contain gluten, and they also, most of the time, contain low quality wheat. And don't even get me on the bandwagon of talking about glyphosate. Most of the wheat in America today is sprayed with Roundup. So my philosophy, and I don't have anything to back this up, but I know there are studies out there that maybe, honestly, Americans don't truly have a gluten allergy, but maybe we have a glyphosate, AKA Roundup allergy. So whenever I'm picking things like breads, if I am going to eat something that has some gluten in it, I go for the whole grain option. Sprouted grains, whole grains. That way you're getting the whole entire grain, which is going to offer you fiber and added nutrients. So let's talk about some healthy swaps. Instead of buying whole wheat rich products, so for rice, for one thing, you could do brown rice, quinoa, millet, oats, lentils. These are all really good whole grain options. You could opt for chickpea pasta, lentil pasta, brown rice pasta, almond flour, tortillas, seed-based crackers. When you opt for whole grains, you're getting the full plant part. Whole wheat doesn't always mean whole nutrition. Okay, the third food or food group or food label that I thought had always been healthy, but is not, it's the opposite of that, is any food that is labeled sugar-free, no sugar, or zero sugar. These products are inflammatory and cause massive health issues over time. These products promote themselves as being better for blood sugar and weight, and they love to pride themselves in 0 calorie, but they can actually cause more harm. Most of them use artificial sweeteners to make their products sweet, like sucralose, aspartame, and sugar alcohols like erythritol. They can actually confuse your body. Let me talk about this for a second. When you're eating regular sugar, it provides a calorie for you. When you get the sugar, your body says, oh, thanks for the calories, now I've got energy, and it uses those calories to burn energy. When you're eating artificial sweeteners that have 0 calories, your body gets addicted to them because your body is waiting for the calorie. It eats something deemed sweet, so your body says, where's the calorie? The calorie never shows up, so your body's chasing the energy source that it's never getting. That's why it's confusing your body. They also can disrupt your gut health. They're artificial. They are synthetic. They are chemically made. What do you think that's doing to your gut lining, your gut microbiome? It's confusing it, it's disrupting it, and it's causing gut issues. And like I said earlier, because they're addicting, artificial sweeteners can actually cause and increase other cravings. I'm just not a fan. One of them has deemed cancerous from the World Health Organization. There are many, many, many reasons why I truly stand on a platform of telling my audience and my clients, please avoid no sugar, low sugar, 0 sugar products at all costs. Okay, so let's talk about some healthy swaps. Look for products with real minimal sweeteners, ones that are natural, like honey, pure maple syrup, coconut sugar, dates. And of course, we want to use all of these in moderation, but they are natural. So they are A-okay in my book. I never want to deprive you from sweet foods. But if we can just improve the choices that we make on our sweeteners, our bodies will thank us and we will begin to reduce the inflammation. Something else you can do is make your own treats. I'm not a big fan of buying sweet treats. I often make them at home. That way I control the sweetener, I control the amount, and then my body is happy and my taste buds are satisfied. Of course, you can go to shelleycanhelp.com to find all kinds of sweet recipes. When I made these small swaps after going to nutrition school, my body finally stopped constantly fighting inflammation. And I didn't even feel deprived. I just started eating in a way that supported my body through small changes. Instead of confusing my body, I fed it real whole foods. And sweeteners, real natural sweeteners, they are real food. And in moderation, it is A-okay. You don't have to overhaul your life or give up everything to have a healthier lifestyle. You just need to start with a few powerful swaps that your body will thank you for and that will help reduce inflammation. And that's exactly what I teach in my community. If you're starting to look at your food differently and want some help and guidance on ways that you can make your own swaps that work for you, you'll love being a part of the Healthy Hub. That's where I teach you how to reduce inflammation in your body through the foods that you eat without giving up the things that you love. The link below is in the description to join the Healthy Hub. Me, along with 3,000 plus other members, would be happy to welcome you with open arms. No judgment, just real positive, actionable steps that you can take towards living an anti-inflammatory lifestyle. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week in my videos coming ahead. I have to go, but I have one question for you. What is on your fork? Bye for now.